A week and a day later, the first figures are in when it comes to the new congestion pricing program. The bottom line, 7.5% fewer vehicles entering the central business district in Manhattan south of 60th Street, and a drop of 30 to 40% in the time it takes to cross the rivers into Manhattan. Yes, it's still all new, but as my dad used to say, liars may figure, but figures don't lie. Eyewitness News reporter Lindsay Tuchman with the numbers. She's live in Lower Manhattan. Lindsay.
Bill, I'm not surprised, but it sounds like your dad was a very wise man. Of course, as you mentioned, this data is still rather early, and things could change certainly, perhaps if people get used to the toll and decide to drive, among other factors. But still, MTA numbers show that there were less cars on the road and more people on public transportation. But that doesn't necessarily mean that those against congestion pricing are going to be changing their mind anytime soon.
Congestion pricing has been in effect for more than a full week now, and the data is in. MTA officials say the numbers show traffic decreased.
The greatest improvements are occurring on inbound river crossings. The effect is particularly pronounced in the morning commute.
Numbers show from last Sunday to Friday, between 475,000 and 561,000 cars drove into the congestion zone, a number which the MTA estimates this time of year would normally be closer to 583,000. That's a 7.5% decrease in cars. Also, subway ridership appears to have slightly increased compared to this time last year. Monday through Thursday of last week saw an average of 3.7 million riders, compared to around 3.47 million on the same weekdays in 2024.
I think it's obvious to everybody here that it has been a very good week here in New York.
However, some New York Republicans say the data doesn't matter. Lawmakers, including Staten Island Congresswoman Nicole Malliotakis, visited President-elect Trump at Mar-a-Lago over the weekend and discussed the future of congestion pricing.
Well, as a New Yorker, President Trump understands how damaging congestion pricing will be for our city's economy and to the working class families that we represent. And so he wants to do what he can to kill congestion pricing. If there's a legal angle, he will use it.
But for now, Mayor Adams says congestion pricing is the law of the land and just hopes fewer people driving into Manhattan doesn't translate to fewer people enjoying Manhattan.
I would like them inside the city spending money in my restaurants and of the nightlife. I want us to analyze the data, see what we need to tweak, what do we need to do better.
Now, the expectation for congestion pricing financially is to raise $500 million annually for the MTA. The agency did not release any of that data from the first week yet, but says it plans to release numbers at some point soon. Live in Lower Manhattan, Lindsay Tuchman, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.